Hello Gun Nation, Big Johnson coming at you. All right, what I have here is my Ruger Mark IV Tactical. I really hate that word, but we'll kind of get into it, show you what I've done to it. You know, as y'all know, when I get guns, I tend to make them mine and want to customize them and do some different things to them. So I'll go over what I've done with this. As you can see here, I've got some tandem cross parts on it. I've got some apex parts. I've got some other stuff on it. I did do all the work myself, so when you follow like their tutorials and things like that, it's actually fairly easy to change all these parts on there if you choose to. I do have my Dead Air Mask 22 here, so I'll kind of give you some pros and cons on that if you're considering it. And we'll also go over some different magazine base plates that they offer for it, and I'll compare it to stock and show you those features also. So let's get into it. All right, and also these are lock grips. If you're interested in lock grips, I will leave a link in the comments below, and also my discount code, and that can save you 10% off if you're interested. But I really like these. You know, I like to try to make stuff kind of wild and crazy and to what I like. Maybe you don't like, but here we go. So if you're comparing the Ruger Mark IVs, this is a heavy boy. So this is an all steel upper. So you do have your rail on the top for your, scope, red dot, whatever the hell you want to put on here, you can. I mean, I've even had my Vortex Huey Gen 2 on here. And then on the bottom, you can hang lights, lasers, truck nuts, whatever the hell you want to put on there, you can. I've got the lock grips on here. I did have these built up to actually make them a little bit thicker, if you can see that. So these are some pretty thick grips, but I have very large hands, so I like that. You know, you've got your thumb rest here, which is your safety release, but I use it as a little, of course it doesn't have any recoil, it's a 22, but, I kind of use it as a ledge, to put my thumb on there. And on the Holosun, back when I used to buy a bunch of the Holosuns, they came with these lower plates, so I have a whole bunch of these. So I was able to put the Holosun 507C on one of the plates and screw it down. So you can see it right there. Got it screwed down on that. So that was very simple. This is the Tandem Cross Halo. So this is your charging handle. Makes it a lot easier on the Rugers. And this is also made by them, I believe, Tandem Cross. It's a little compensator, and a lot of people say, why do you have a compensator on a 22? Believe it or not, and I've got videos of this if you want to check it, this little sucker throws out some serious gas. Now, does it help with recoil? I actually kind of think it does. It's very, very minute. I'm just going to be honest with you, because again, it's a 22. There's no recoil. However, when you're shooting really fast, you do notice it. The dot doesn't really move anyway. However, I think it does help. So, and you can see there's been some gas pouring out of it. I haven't cleaned it. So I do enjoy it. But, it is the 2245. Your lower portion here is actually polymer, and then your upper, all of this is steel. So it does have the apex trigger in it. I'm not pistol waving myself, but it does have the apex trigger in it. And as you see, when you pull it in, as you hit, it actually kind of makes it like a flat trigger. And I really do like this. This is a very nice trigger if this is something that you're interested in. I do have the mag extension release here, so it's kind of extended out. Not that I need it for my thumb, but having it in this area versus trying to go in to depress versus these thicker grips, because with the thicker grips, this does help keep it away from the grip. With the thinner grips, it really doesn't come into play, but for me, I kind of needed this. But it works great. I mean, super easy to engage. This is your standard Ruger base plate. So this is what comes on the gun. So I'll let you see what it looks like with that in there. There's that. And of course, when you want to eject it, you just push the button and it shoots it right out. So you've got this stock base plate. And then what you can do is go in, and they've got this type. I believe this one's called like a Tomahawk, I think is what it's called. You can check it out on the site. Then here's what it looks like with this one in there. So it kind of even gives you more finger grooves, or more of a depth down here, so it is what it is. And it kind of gives this little crazy point on here. Some people might like that. Also, you notice this has a red follower in here. What this does is actually give you one more round. So this one, with their stock follower, is 10 rounds. With the red follower that you get from Tandem Cross, it adds one more round. So, there's that. Then here's their other base plate. This one's just kind of like a thick pad. And you can see Tandem Cross on the bottom. This one's kind of a thicker pad. Here's what this one looks like. Kind of looks like a regular base plate. It has like some little things where you can rip it out right here, some little indentions. So that one looks really good. Out of all of these base plates, honestly, I would say this one is probably my favorite. Because when you slam it, if you want to slam it in quick, it's flat. If you want to slam this one in, it's kind of weird. And it kind of rocks just a little bit. I mean, it won't come off, but it just kind of, I don't know if you can see this. I'll try to hold everything still. Kind of rocks. But there's that. And then also, I don't know if y'all can notice this, but if you look really, really closely, these mags, it's almost like there's a little bit of, like a little bit of rust. It's really weird, but you'll notice in some spots on these, and it only does it on some of them. I haven't seen it on all of them. Maybe it's just, it is on all of them. This one is just a little more, I guess, standing out. Maybe it wasn't coated perfectly, but I've seen these on some Ruger mags. I've got a little spot right there. And you can kind of scrape it with your finger just a little bit. So you can feel a little bit of rusting. So I've never had a problem with them, but it is what it is. And then Tandem Cross also offers this little loader. Y'all have probably seen these before, but this one's actually pretty cool. You just slide it over there. It doesn't matter which way you put it on. And as you're pushing this down, it holds this little stupid thumb thing down while you're loading it. So you can just, drop your bullets in like this. Because this thing does get kind of tiring on your thumb. You will actually get a little indention on your thumb. So this little plastic thing works out pretty well. Do you have to buy this? You could probably just cut a hole in something. This is just some thick, plexiglass kind of stuff. But these things are super cheap and they work really well. So there's that. This will shoot any ammo. I haven't had any problems with it the way you see it right now. Now, if you take the compensator and this just screws off, there's a little rubber O-ring on this. And if you're going to shoot it suppressed, a direct thread suppressor, take this off and take the little rubber O-ring off also. This has to go straight on with no rubber O-ring. You don't want to have it tilted off just a little bit. It can cause a can strike, so you don't want to cause any issues. But when I put this can, my dead air mask on this, screw it on there, all that good stuff, and shoot. Unless it's suppressed ammo, suppressed 22 ammo, seems like the slide comes back super fast and it takes the rounds and actually bends some of them when they're trying to eject or trying to go in. It'll get all jammed up in there. So it does do it on some ammo. Does it do it on all ammo? I don't know that. I haven't tried all of that, but if I shoot suppressed ammo, I never have a problem. It's only with supersonic some ammo that I've tried. So I am going to run more through it. I can't say it does it on every supersonic ammo, but I'm going to be trying more. I'm breaking this out. I haven't shot it in quite a while, and 22s are so damn fun. So I was like, you know what? I want to get this thing back out, shoot it a bunch more. Thinking about maybe doing some steel challenges with it. I thought that might be kind of fun. And of course, especially in ammo times when, ammo's so high or it's hard to find, things like that, I have thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. I've got tons of 22. So is it going to be all suppressed 22? No, it's not. So I really want to kind of go through all of my ammo and see what will shoot with the can, what won't shoot with the can, so I can kind of jot it down and, kind of keep it aside. That way I'll know if I want to shoot cans, I can shoot this. If I want to shoot it with the comp, I can shoot everything with the comp. I haven't seen a problem with that at all yet. But this thing is so damn fun. It's just, the trigger is really great. This Apex trigger is awesome. It comes out to like a 4-pound trigger, I think. I checked it, but honestly, I can't remember. You might be able to go back and check the old video. But now with this, just so you know, since it's so high, this front sight does not co-witness. Tandem Cross does have some taller sights. I really wasn't worried about that with having a dot. But the neat thing about this is you can put 10 or 11 rounds, I mean, right in somebody's face pretty quick, you know, when you're shooting targets. So, because of course there's no recoil. You know, to break it down, y'all have probably all seen that, but you know, it just folds apart, pulls apart. I really don't clean it that much, and it's not all that finicky. You know, this is probably, and I had the old Ruger Mark III, and it was a pain in the ass to take apart. This one's super simple. So that's why I got this one, and I've had it for quite a while, and I've shot a lot through it. But I really do enjoy it. It's probably my favorite 22 so far. I know they have the new SIG P322. I have not personally tried that, but I hear good things about it. The Taurus TX22 is supposed to be really great. And that is, you know, the only negative I can truly say about this is the capacity. I wish it had, you know, 15, 16 rounds like that, because 10 rounds, and I've got a bunch of these mags, but 10 rounds or 11 rounds, if you've got the follower, it's a lot of loading, you know, and what I'll do is I'll go to the range, I'll have all my mags loaded up, and then I'll shoot through them really quick, because you can blast through those mags very fast, and then you have to sit there and load all of them again, and then do it again. So it would be nicer to have a higher capacity 22. So definitely going to be checking into that. And this is not my only 22. I actually have 3 others. This is just my favorite 22. So I really enjoy these grips. They're super aggressive. I like the aggressive ones. But again, if you're interested in lock grips, pistol stands, anything like that, I'll leave a link below. That'll save you 10% off. It's capital BJGG10. Again, capital BJGG10. That'll save you 10% off your pistol stands, any grips for any guns that they offer. And it's in stock, of course, not custom grips. But just wanted to share my experience with you. If you have a Ruger, let me know what you think about it, or what's your favorite 22. I'd love to hear. But I appreciate your time as always. Remember, an unarmed nation's a very weak nation, so we all got to carry on.